Good day, everyone. Merry meet. Thank you so much for joining me today. What turned into a very simple cleansing and a simple project turned into something completely different. Completely different. I have done my cleanse and I'm still working on my sacred space, but this is what it turned into. A very quick video. I'm getting ready to kind of redo this a little bit. I have some extra materials left over from, I thought I was going to use something else, and I'm going to use it for something different. Have everything. Oh my goodness, was it ever so dusty. Oh. But I'm going to slowly but surely rebuild this wall a little bit. So I'm not going to paint the interior of this. As you can see, I've washed it out, and I'm not going to paint this because, you know, it's just a lot of paint, and I'm getting ready to use like not necessarily a transfer, but I'm seeing a lot of orbs in here. I'm not sure if y'all are seeing them. I guess I should be filming in here a little bit more. Anyway, there you go. This took virtually all of, maybe 5 or 10 minutes. It is definitely going to darken up as it dries. I'm not sure if you can see the door right there. That's kind of what I'm doing with some of the doors, not all of them, but some of them. There was another orb. Anyway, there we go. And to bring everyone up on speed, I've taken absolutely everything off of my space, and I'm going to do, a thorough cleanse, and you'll just have to excuse how I look. I have been working very hard today. I have emptied every single bottle, and I'm going to be doing a cleanse of all my bottles, and kind of making plans. And that's when I get inspired. Y'all know how I work. I touch things, and I'll just do the entire front of the dresser. And this is my sage spray. This does such a good job keeping negativity and anything that might kind of sneak its way in doesn't stay for long. I keep my space very well cleansed, and it smells really awesome too. I will absolutely drop a link to my sage spray. I have Palo Santo spray. It's so easy to make this yourself, y'all. And I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. I kind of been feeling like a little bit of a change here and there. Like I said, y'all are gonna have to excuse how I look. It has been, it's been kind of crazy. Like 2 years now, crazy. And I'm tired. Getting tired. But you know what? I'm still enjoying this. And y'all, talking to y'all. And there we go. I'm still kind of waiting on my cabinet to dry down a little bit and get my jars cleansed, and I'm going to refill them. I've still got paint on my hands. But yeah, new energy. That's what this is all about, is new energy and seeing things in a different way. Taking it a little step further in your magic. I started to put this together. Now there's some of this I'm not really sure about the graphics that I can show or not, but anyway, and as usual, things have snowballed. Oh my goodness. I mean, I have already cleaned and organized my drawers and such. The piece that I just painted and took off of here, I put at the end of my kitchen island right here. And I actually really like that there. I'm not sure. Now, yeah, you can see the paint and my mess, but you know, it kind of makes it a little bit narrower right there, but I don't mind that there. And the thing of it is, I have some of these old boxes. You can see the graphics on the top there that I got from my mom and dad's house. They were in dad's workshop. And then there's another one, like I said, excuse my mess, there's another one down here. I think instead of doing the bookshelf, I'm going to stack these on the dresser and see what I can do with these. That'll put them to use. I've got these two boxes kind of already happening. And I'm going to go from here. And what I've decided to do is, and I want to show y'all what I'm using. It's really super easy and it's durable. Excuse the glare, y'all. It is redesigned by Prima, and it's a decoupage tissue paper. And, you know, don't let this, you know, the phrase decoupage tissue paper, this is not, you know, I couldn't even put a hole in it with my finger. But what I'm going to do is, you know, right about here, I'm going to just cut and follow the lines. I'm going to leave the back part flat because it is going to go back right to here. But what I'm looking for is kind of a cascade look. And I'm going to cut, you know, like right along here and just, you know, bend it over and then do the back. I might do the backs of these, but then again, I might, as I start to cut it, see, I've already cut this piece from this piece, see. I might, you know, where I cut little bits and bobs like that, I might just, you know, come along and do along the edge. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do it. This is going to be one of those creative processes. But the one thing I definitely did learn from last time is before you start to work with this, get your iron out. I mean, it's been folded in there for a good long time. And even if you bought one brand new, get your iron out because these wrinkles don't come out with any kind of transfer medium. So I'm going to get started on this tomorrow. And another thing that I really like about these is it is a 19.5 by 30, and that's a good size. And now when I bought these, my memory is that they were priced, I believe at $7.99 or something like that. I have never used any kind of Mod Podge with this, so I don't know. But what I'm going to do on the top of the bookcase, I'm going to use Redesign's own matte decoupage gel. And now I might get brave and use Mod Podge on the inside of it. And because it is going to be behind some books, but yeah. So definitely the top I'm going to do with what they recommend. So I'm finally ready to start decoupaging this particular shelf. I've already pressed the wrinkles out of the top piece. I think y'all can see it's laying pretty flat. It's looking pretty good. And what I wanted to show you is kind of what I'm going to be doing all throughout this particular piece of furniture is I think that y'all can see where I have cut this kind of around the movement of this particular, you know, piece of graphic. And this is, of course, I left this square. I'm going to cut this, yes, but I wanted to show you, because if you decoupage it just like this, you're going to have a line just like that. And that's not the look I'm going for. Now, if you were doing like a backsplash like I did over at the old coffee bar, then that's totally fine. But all I'm going to do is just line this up and finish cutting it out and using my medium here. And this is the piece that I had left over. Not sure if I'm going to keep it, use it. Not sure at this point, but this, I believe that y'all can see, this is what I originally used on the coffee bar. It is, believe me, once you use this, it is not coming off. You can hardly get it off of your hands. And I thought, that I would have enough left just to do this top, because I wasn't really sure if this white was going to kind of show through. But when I open this up, I mean, there is a little bit left, but it is as hard as can be. So, if you buy a size like this, I don't know what sizes they come in, just bear in mind, this probably sat in the bottom of this maybe 6 months, 8 months, something like that inside. So it hasn't frozen or anything, so I don't know. So I'm going to have to stick with my Mod Podge, but I'm going to go back and just follow the lines of the pattern so it kind of has like a waterfall effect. I have, I think that you can see I've just lightly brushed it with a little bit of my Mod Podge. I'm using matte. Now these particular, they call them tissue paper, but this is definitely not tissue paper. There are two sides to this, and one side looks, slightly kind of darker. I'm going to use this side. It's shiny. It seems to be a little bit brighter. And I'm going to just lay this down just like that. I'm going to get a little, let's see, just a little bit more right here, kind of where, I wasn't really quite sure, but I'm definitely going to get it along the edge and, just kind of up under the edge so it will stay. You can see I need a little bit more here. I'm not really sure if I'm going to, do any kind of a medium over the top of this. I don't know. And that came out. And it's just, I need to put some up under here. And that's my only, kind of holdout right here. I let this shelf dry for a good couple of days. Well, it's not going to want to stay. Come on. It doesn't want to stay. I'm going to have to get maybe a little bit more. Maybe. At least I kind of have an idea of, there we go. I just needed a little bit more. And there we go. You may want to, but you don't have to, kind of go crazy with it. It will lay down once it's ironed and it will lay down. And this looks like it's going to be really pretty. I think that's going to work out really very nicely. And I'm going to carry on. I'm going to cut, a few pieces. I just want it to look like it's spilling over. And that's the look I'm going for. I can tell you the one thing that's going to make this, if you decide to do something like this, an awful lot easier is to iron. Just all it takes is a very light iron, and I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of the sheet that I plan on using. I'm honestly not sure where I'm going to use the other sheet, and it's just that easy. I've already cut this part, and let's see, this part. And at this point, really, it kind of depends on your imagination and getting, of course, getting the right the right side. Of course, I don't really think there's a right or a wrong side. One seems to be, move that out of the way. That's my least favorite thing to do inside the house, is to iron. Yikes. I've been that way for years. But I don't think there's a wrong or a right side. It really depends on you. But I'm looking, because I want to bring out some of the copper in it, and I'm looking to see what is the shiniest of what I have here. Now, as I struggle with this just a little bit, I wanted to show you how really easy it is if, you know, you're not happy with something. I'm not really sure that y'all can see. I apologize. It is really easy just to pull this out. Gosh, these things are so durable. And no, I'm not sponsored or any way, shape, or form with Redesigned by Prima, but this really, you know, if you want something, you know, really kind of ready-made, why am I not getting this? Ready-made, then this is the way to go. Of course, if you're artistic, which I am not, you can do your own thing. I'm gonna lift that up slightly. Come on. I'm gonna make sure my edge over here stays right here up against right here. Excuse the fresh face, but it is early, and it looks, you know, except for yeah, sorry about that. I think that's gonna look good because this hole is to accommodate for the plug that's here. And more than likely, what I'm going to have something like maybe right to here. And that's why I kind of wanted it to look like it's, you know, moving and flowing. And all I need to do is get this, maybe a little bit more here. One good thing about the Mod Podge is at least it will wash off and peel off. And there we go. It is tight up against the back and the side. And there we go. All we have to do is wait for it to have a good dry. And I'm going to carry on, although I'm not necessarily going to be doing the back so much, because I'm definitely going to have some of my cookbooks here, but this spot I knew was going to be open. I probably will do a little bit of movement on this side. And so far, so good. I also wanted to mention too, excuse me, although I do have proper kitchen scissors and craft scissors, I did try my craft scissors, and cutting through this was really something. And what I found that worked really well are these like dollar store little, you know, children's safety scissors. They worked awesome. And I couldn't be happier with the results. I wasn't really planning on adding extra book storage, believe me. I've got a library, and the library is slowly migrating its way into the living room. And I realized in the living room, and I was looking, and I'm like, wow, that's, it's, you know, kind of gone way beyond. But anyway, I'm so happy with this. It's not attached or anything like that. and it turned into a couple of day project. But I really, really like it. It just kind of finishes the island out a little bit. But what I really like mostly about it is that I'm taking something that I know that is so magically just enchanted and pulling it into the space that I'm going to be sharing my kitchen magic with you. So it kind of, kind of worked out in the long run. I had someone ask me many years ago, excuse the mess, if you see a mess, my apologies, but I had someone ask me many, many years ago that if they went to sell their house, would any of the energy of some of the things that we had done, magically speaking, in the house, if that would have maybe any effect on the people or the house itself. And I'm like, yes, absolutely. Your energy, just as energy, whether positive or negative, from people and or situations, places, things, whatever, kind of, unfortunately kind of creep into your fabric. And I know this is, y'all know this is one of my thrift finds. And although I haven't been thrifting in a very long time, mostly because I'm just chock-a-block full, it's just so nice to give something a new life, new inspiration. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn y'all around, maybe. This is all kind of, I'm going to turn y'all around. And so I've turned you around. And this is my entry. But I'm going to just kind of turn you around. Coffee, yes, definitely coffee. And give you a little bit of a look, if I can get up here. A little bit of a look how this turned out. Oh my goodness, I'm loving it so much. And you can see some of the movement in it. And, I don't have enough light here, and I apologize, but you can see where some of the pattern has spilled down a little bit. And I'm going to give y'all a shameless plug. I do have some cookbooks here. I do have my cookbook here. Yay! But yeah, I'm so pleased with it. So pleased. And I want to thank y'all again for joining me. It just means so much to me. Thank you. Merry part, and I hope to merry meet again. Goodbye, y'all.